Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's group of readings. Probably from the thumbnail you can see that we are going to be receiving messages from the Oakmen, and this is something that I know many of you have requested off and on for a little while. If you're not familiar with my channel, stay tuned and you'll understand the Oakmen a little bit better. Those of you that are familiar with the channel, this may be something that you might be quite excited to hear and receive from. To be honest, I would have loved to have heard from the Oakmen as well too, but I was not connecting with them, whether that was because of me, because of them, because of, I don't know what. It's just the messages come when the messages come. So this is the week of the Oakmen. The Oakmen are going to be speaking to each zodiac sign as we work through, and starting with Aries all the way to sweet Pisces. I will put, if you're not familiar with the Oakmen, or even if you are and you would like to kind of relive some of the readings that they have given us in the past, at the end of this reading, there'll be options where you can choose another video of mine to click on, or you can choose like a series of videos that come from my video library. The Oakmen have their own library in my video assortment, so you can go right there and you can see them. The Oakmen came to us, they pushed through a message. Actually, it's quite funny that I was doing for Aries at the time, and at the time it was the first time that their energy had come through, and it was just a general reading for Aries, and I didn't realize what it was at the time, but it was all actually leading up to the start of the pandemic, and they were really showing us massive changes that were about to occur, tower moments, false emperors falling all around. It was quite fascinating. And they took us through most of the pandemic, and then they just sort of like faded away, to be quite honest. I want to say in the last 1.5 to 2 years on my channel, and now they are here, and I could not feel more, I guess, in alignment with the urge to speak with the Oakmen. Their card is sitting here with the first zodiac that I'm about to do, and the sun is shining through the card and through their eyes. So here we are, my friends, and the long-awaited Oakmen. Hello Pisces, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy, and the Oakmen. We're going to start off with the Shaman Oracle Jack, and we're going to see what message or messages the Oakmen have for you Pisces. This has been a week of, wow, really deep information actually. All right, Pisces, let's see what the Oakmen have to say for you, to you, of you, about you, and always through you. The Serpent. Whoa. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, Jesus. There's been a bit of a running theme this week, which, you know, it's kind of funny. I'm not surprised, because last week we were tapping into ancestors to guide you. And so a bit of a running theme that's been going on. It's kind of been weaving in and out. Maybe in some of the signs, not too much. Maybe there a little bit. And then we come back into another sign. It's quite strong, and it's prominent in another one. And it has to do with ancestral wounds, healing those, and breaking cycles. And this is coming in real strong with this card, because there's like two snakes splitting off of each other here. I think this first really came in very strongly in Scorpio's reading. And it was because we started with a snake chasing its tail or eating its tail. And then anyways, there was a bunch of other cards that were showing how that some sort of perpetual cycle of trauma ended. And then the medicine wheel comes out, and the snake is now free. It is not chasing its tail. And so it's just interesting, because here we are doing the last one in the series. And I kind of love having you at the end here in these. I know you guys might feel like sometimes, oh, we're at the last, but you know, we always save the best for last. And it is because I feel like there's, you know, just to tap into your energy, it brings in strong messages, and it can even make some things feel throughout the week that we worked through seem more clear. And this is two snakes going in different directions. I'm getting really a sense of following a new karmic path here. And don't get freaked out by karmic. I don't want to. Everything you do is karmic. The minute you took your first breath on earth here, you took something from earth and then you gave something back through oxygen exchange, through, gas exchange. Well, yeah. So there's good karma, there's bad karma, there's all sorts of karma. And you've taken a new path here. And for some of you, these could be other people. These could be other soul families that you've been with for some time, and you're taking different directions here. I do, though, also feel like it almost feels like two parts of you. Like it's almost like sort of like quantum physics energy, where there's like your conscious mind. I believe we exist in all possibilities, you know, but where we most strongly put our conscious mind is the one that we feel most present in. And then when we deal with other people that, that person seems pretty aware. You know, you deal with some people, it's like, boy, I don't think their elevator goes anywhere near the top. They're just not really there. They are there, but I feel like they're more consciously invested in another timeline that has a possibility of existence. So there's almost like this energy of that with you here in this card. Like, you're conscious, you could be in the middle of making a choice here about where you're going to be going, like what reality you're about to dip yourself into. Okay, what goes under that? We have the smoky mirror. Well, that's interesting. The smoky mirror, the ghost dance. Wow. This is all very, with the staff. Wherever you're going, oh, wow, wait a second. Oh, man, you're huge underlying, too. Y'all are killing me, Aquarius. Okay, we have the Witness, followed by the Moon, followed by the Rainmaker, followed by Earth, the Journey, the Hummingbird, and then here it is. I think you and Scorpio are the only ones to get it. The Completion card with the snake chasing its tail, right? Eating its tail, and the Wind. Now, the Wind is significant because the Wind is coming in with the same sort of energy as the Ghost Dance and the Staff. You see, it's almost like dust bowl energy, or like materializing from the ethereal, materializing out of the fog. Everything else is like a pretty clear card. This one, it's not really like that though. Like these feel like either like dust, particles in the air, fog, materializing into the 3D. Like there's something quite significant. And then this is like, this Wind is your last card. So you're on some sort of a journey, and it is, I think this is coming out too, just to also, to confirm what it was that I was saying, that you have completed something here. You're at the completion stage though. You know, like if Scorpio was in the process of healing some sort of ancestral trauma, I feel like you've done that. You've completed it. And now you're moving into the direction of a new path. Okay, now the thing is, you are moving through illusions. You will see reflections of who you've been before. So when I say that, I feel like you may come up against certain experiences that are meant for you to say yay or nay to. I really honestly feel like you'll easily say nay to a lot of things that reflect pasts. Like, let's say you had, so what I want to say is, let's say you, I want to do, because I'm almost getting like habit too. Like it could be personality types in the past that you were familiar with, but were not necessarily healthy for you. Okay. So we'll say that. Like, let's say it's personality types that, and these could be personality types very similar to cousins or close friends or, you know, relatives. Not the healthiest dynamics for you to be involved in, but they're familiar, you know? So you find yourself kind of rolling into those and developing relationships with people that are like, yeah, I really, no, this is not the best thing for me, but here I am. See, it's like that. It's almost like, so bumping into somebody, and maybe you from the past would be like, oh, hi, yeah. And you just automatically end up falling into something. Like, it's like reflections of you from the past. And it's almost like you're carving your way through. I mean, really, you're ghost dancing towards exactly, with this, the staff feels like it has a higher vision. The staff feels, well, it is kind of, it is the tool that the shaman would use. It is the tool that the shaman would use. So there's something kind of like shamanic about your energy. Oh, okay, so let me look at this underline. Okay, witness the moon, rainmaker earth, the journey, the hummingbird, completion, wind. Okay, there's something that you were meant to do. I don't know what it is. There's something that you were meant to do here in this lifetime, and you've done it. I do feel like it has something to do with, you know, your own intuition. I'm not getting details here, but it is a very strong message that there was something that you were meant to do that initially had something, in terms of understanding your own intuition, your own dark side, finding your own blessings here on earth, and then the journey of the hummingbird and completing that into the wind. It's as if taking some sort of knowledge and using this to improve your own frequency in this lifetime, like to elevate yourself. Again, because that even still has the feeling of choosing one soul's path over another. It does kind of feel like you're getting this reading at a point where you're standing at a threshold, or you're standing at a fork in the road. And it is almost like making a choice about your soul's direction here. I really want to say, though, I don't feel like it's going to be a hard choice. And because of the cards that are kind of surrounding it. And the smoky mirror, like, it's easy to see the reflection. It's not completely still. There's ripples. Yeah, there's knowing. This is a very easy choice for you to make. So I don't honestly feel like you're like, oh, am I going to make the right choice? Am I going to make the wrong choice? No, I don't think you are going to make the wrong choice here. But you're definitely going in a new direction for your soul. And I feel like, too, you're allowing yourself to just be guided here with the wind. And that seems like the right thing to do, because these other two cards, the ghost dance and the staff, are both in this sort of, there's particles in the air, or things are materializing. Some of you may even get like some sort of a vision here with the smoky mirror, and you might actually have a vision about what your future is about to be. And then you're going to see it start to materialize. That's a huge, huge underline. All right, so now we're going into the Goddess deck. Yeah, it's funny too, because the serpent in the smoky mirror, serpent is 46 and the smoky mirror is 47. That's right. It's like the right is the next step, is to have some sort of vision about your future. And then it will start to materialize. The serpent, healing. Wow. Okay. Yeah. For sure. Absolutely. You've healed something here. Your consciousness is splitting. You're doing some sort of like a quantum leap here, going from one reality to another, but quite significant. I kind of feel like a lot of the times we are subconsciously producing realities for ourselves, where in this case, I feel like you were consciously producing this reality. The smoky mirror, the in-between. Oh, yeah, that's exactly it. Because these two snakes are still attached. I'm going to actually see why it did that. These two snakes are still attached, right? So, and then it's like as they approach, one is approaching the smoky mirror. As they sit here, one is moving down into this smoky mirror to start having a vision of what your future is. Almost like as you move into a portal of a new reality, this vision will start to be clear to you. And then it will start to materialize, right? Because there's the in-between. So there are some things that still like, was that? Or, oh, it is. What would old you do? What is new you going to do? I feel like that's the way to say it. What would old you do? But what is new you going to do? Why did this split? Focus. So telling you to focus. Focus on the smoky mirror. Focus on visualizing your future. Devotion. So be devoted to your focus. The ghost dance. Transformation. Yeah. Materialize. It's almost like you're materializing into a reality. 45, 46, and 47 are sitting on the table. So transformation, the smoky mirror, transformation, the serpent, the smoky mirror. You are literally materializing into a new reality. The staff, rebirth, Isis. Yeah. Good Lord, you got death and magic with Morrigan. Compassion. Is this going to be big again? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy. Okay, another big underline. You have mastery, creative spark. Oh, that's great. You have mastery is 44, and then creative spark is 8, right? The 4 and the 4 make 8. And then you have Aaronhood, time, inexperience, potential. Wow, that's interesting. New beginnings, compassion, communion, and death and magic. Yeah, you're materializing into a new reality, Pisces. It's like it's there. And in some way, you have been the one in this reality in the past where you did not seem there to others somehow. I want to say, Pisces could be that at any given time because of your energy. Like just like you were more naturally in the ethereal than you are in a 3D. Right? And then you just kind of step into the 3D consciously every once in a while. I'm like, oh, there's Pisces. But no, you're. So what I described here at the beginning, it's saying like you meet people and they're kind of like here, they're not here, they're not picking up on things, or they don't seem engaged in it. They're just almost like a ghost, like floating through. You're that. You were that. But now you're materializing in a new reality. So, yeah. So, this is like people will see you differently. And you might see some people for the first time that you would have encountered before, but not picked up on things. Or, yeah, you're materializing in a new reality. Okay, and you mastered. So what have you mastered here? Some sort of creative, it's a creative spark. So it's just initial, right? Which is quite interesting because it shows up with time and inexperience and potential for new beginnings. So it's almost like, you know, getting a little spark of yourself. I don't know what this is or how you've done it, but you've literally somehow tried to reach into another reality in the past and you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. You didn't have the know-how to do it. You didn't have the experience, or you didn't have the vision for that reality fully. You couldn't comprehend it, so you couldn't take yourself there. But you had the initial essence of it. Like you had the dream, you know, with creative spark, but this took time and you were inexperienced, but there was so much potential behind it. You could master this. You could master this, but time was important here for some reason. So there's got to be some things that you did in that to turn inexperience to create potential with this. And then you have the new beginning. See what I mean? And then you have the new beginning. And then this new beginning starts with compassion and communion. And then death and magic. So I feel as though the new beginning is not the symbol of kind of like materializing or becoming consciously aware in a new reality. That happens with death and magic. So I do feel like the new beginning is compassion about your journey even. Compassion and communion. This is a kind of like an initiation, sort of like a blessing into. Compassion for where you've been. I think this is quite phenomenal energy. Because this is honestly like, at some point, trying to put yourself into a reality that was completely unknown to you. And you did it. You're about to do it. You're doing it. You're materializing into this reality. You are seriously quantum leaping. Seriously quantum leaping here. I don't know what else to say. Like, that's it. Okay, well, what I can say to add to this is, I feel like opportunities, people, places, dreams that were out of your reach in the past will be within reach. These are things you can achieve in this new reality that you were quantum leaping into. But these are things, places, people, things that you tried to attain or become or achieve in the past, but you couldn't. And it feels more like there was something in you that this couldn't, I don't know, time is here. Time feels like a significant factor. So as I was looking with the cards, right, we had 44 into 8. So the 4 and the 4 made the 8. And I've always found the number 3 fascinating because if you, like 3, if you double it, and then flip it onto itself, it becomes 8. So there's something about this creative spark in time. Infinity, like maybe even infinite. Infinite possibilities. I don't know. It's a very quantum-y reading. I kind of feel like the inexperience shows up as an asset. You know, there's something about this where the creative spark in the inexperience shows up as an asset, because this is where the potential is from. And then this literally opens up the new beginning. And I say that in terms of, you know, if a little kid is determined to, I want to say something that is physically possible for them to do at whatever age or developmental stage they're at, but it could be something that they've never done before. And a lot of people would say, you know what, that takes a lot of practice to be able to do that, to be able to master it. It's like if you don't tell the little kid that and you're like, all right, you can do it. Like, shit, they did it because nobody told them that they couldn't. So there's something about that, right? Like, this inexperience somehow shows up as the asset. And this might have been something that you like just dreamed up for yourself, or you saw something like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get that. I'm going to be that. I'm going to achieve that. And whether this was consciously, I don't even think it was consciously, because I think when we think too much about things, we put roadblocks up. This is like your soul inside of you, like, but maybe even your conscious mind going, all right, we'll do that today. I don't know what's going to happen. Shit, like, this is pretty cool. I love this reading because this, to me, you know, Pisces can get kind of a bad rap. Like, Pisces are dreamy. And, you know, we're in the age of Pisces right now. We're starting to close it off. And some aspects, I know a lot of people are excited about the age of Aquarius. I don't know why we're always excited about the future. We should be living right now. Because you get to the future and you're always disappointed. It never lives up to what you wanted it to be, what you hoped it would be. Because you have these preconceived notions that it's going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be just as imperfect as this age is, but in a different way. So I just feel like Pisces is that state where you can turn fantasy into reality. And you can live out reality and fantasy. It's a bit of dichotomy in that. And I think there are two aspects of Pisces in that sense as well. And I like this because this is mastering, this goes beyond actually like mastering manifestation. This isn't even manifestation. This is way beyond manifestation, because you are not creating something in front of you. You are projecting yourself into another quantum reality and materializing into it. It's just like crazy shit. You may experience instances as you move into and start to materialize into this reality, Pisces, where people may say things, and they'll say things about you, or maybe things that they saw in you in the past, or things that you did or said, and you will maybe have no recollection of that, because your conscious mind was not on this thread of reality that you're about to jump into. You are functioning more subconsciously in it. You were trying to materialize yourself in that, like literally. It's like Scotty didn't show up at the transporter room. So you figured out how to transport yourself, right? With this creative spark. It took time and an experience, but that's where all the potential was. And that's what I have. That's what I got. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, we're going into the fairies. Oh, everybody's getting a singer this week. It's just crazy. I love that. I love that you have the blank card right behind. Because it is. It's like you're materializing into a new reality. What would you like to do with that? You know? The singer of the chalice. It is totally Pisces, right? Totally. Yeah, that's the underlying. I'm still going to pre-shuffle before we get into that, but we're going to see what fairy energy you've been working with and what messages they have for you. This is a lot of cards here, and I need to use some of them in the extended. But anyways, that's what I have for you, Pisces. Shit, that's cool. Until next time, to be gentle with yourselves. Bye.